So, for comic book day this week, we had like a really odd situation as far as cars. So, we had to do it the weekend, but there's still new comic book day content, just a little late. Anyways, speaking of new comic book day content, we've got quite the issue here. Let me show you. So, this is the state of what is going on. I originally wanted to go through everything, and then I had a pile for stuff I was going to put on the wall, a new figure I didn't know what to do with. I just got my first Luffy figure. And then I have a Mothra all the way up there. Oh, she's so beautiful. I think I want to hang her lower though. I don't like her all the way up there. And then I was trying to figure out where I was going to put my new ones and bag them, and they were everywhere. And I realized as I was spreading out, you know what I could do? Totally make this into content. So I'm going to. So today's mission is to figure out what I'm doing with all of my comic stuff, because clearly this needs to be fixed. So yeah, you're coming with me to fix it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you guys just like propped up on my bookshelf, and I'm gonna just see what I can do about fixing this. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I want to do. I don't have that much time, but I do have some time. Because I do have a date later. Oh my god, with my lovely boyfriend. Um, because we're going out. I'm taking him to dinner. We're going to Longhorn Steakhouse. Shh, don't tell him. Don't tell him. It's okay. The date's probably gonna be over by the time I'm done editing this. Um, anyways, yeah. So some of my stuff that's been in my room has kind of just been like sitting in this comic box that I bought specifically for comics. Like my signs that were up there, just kind of sitting in here. It's because I've been opening my window a lot lately, so I might figure out a different place to put these, or maybe just put them away. My charger. I keep carrying around with my Nintendo Switch. That's what's happening. Which, speaking of which, where my Nintendo Switch? It's downstairs. It's downstairs. I know where it is. It's like a split second of panic of where is my Nintendo Switch? The lid to one of them. Hey, my notebook and my 0.5 pen. Beautiful. Actually, hang on. I write my lists in here, what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, good. All of the stuff that's in here is already done. Okay, that's all that was in here. So, we can actually start moving comics in a second. The lid to this one's just kind of on the floor. So, it's in there now. Oh, I got Radiant Black. So that's cool. I think I showed that in my last recent video, but this has got to go up. So I'm gonna place this up there. I'm reading Redlands right now. It's actually really, really cool, and I'm enjoying it a lot. My clock in receipts, because I have a job. Okay, my bookmark is still in here. Beautiful. I gotta put that back on my shelf for now. The lid to my third comic book box, which is all the lids, I believe. Single board. It's sort of becoming like tour video. It's okay. Let's put this back here. Beautiful. Where did I put my bags? I don't know, actually. My bags and boards are supposed to stay together, and I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea where they are. I just bagged and boarded my comics, so they shouldn't be far. I have no idea. Okay, problem for later, Jupiter. Enter my response. Later, Jupiter's response, by the way. Okay, let's see. We've got a ton of new comics for the past 3 weeks. some of which I've been reading, some of which I have already bagged and boarded, and that's as far as I've gotten. But, you know, there's quite a lot here. Oh my god. Sorry, it's kind of dawning on me how much I read now. Yeah, most of these I've gone through, honestly. Let's see, which are the ones that I haven't gone through yet? Okay, these I've already shown you. And these are the ones I haven't shown you. So, I've gotten a lot of new number ones from Image. It's just a comic box lid. One of them being In Your Skin. I got 2 covers because even if I don't end up liking this book, these covers are so visually appealing that I didn't mind buying both. Let's see. Issue 1 of Corpse Night. I've heard good things about that. Issue 3 of Phantom of the Opera. Love this. Oh my goodness. Even if you know nothing about this, or like know very bare minimum about this, like I think as much as I know about Phantom of the Opera is like I can recognize the mask thing, and the girl from Shameless saying something from Phantom of the Opera at some point. I think maybe she was in a play. That's my extent of knowledge of Phantom of the Opera, and I am obsessed with this, and it makes me want to watch, or if it's like something I could read Phantom of the Opera. This is so good. The entire, like, you see the painted, no you don't, it's reflective. You see the painted covers of this? The entire interior looks like that. Everything is painted. It's beautiful. It's, oh, chef's kiss. I already showed off Royals. I don't know why this is here. This should be in my other pile, which is somewhere. Sentry 2, excited for that. Cyclops 3, Spider-Man, Superman. I got the one variant with Miles Morales on it. It's because I really like Miles. And let me stack these better so they don't fall over. I got the new history of the DC Universe, the Dakota incident. The variant cover was Static. It looks super cool. Is Ted okay? I have no idea what this is about, but he looks depressed, and I want to know why. Brutal Dark 3. I wasn't able to find 2. I'm gonna have to look at another comic store for that. God dang it. Did I get 2? I did the same thing with Inglorious X-Force. I have 2 Inglorious X-Force 4, and I have 2 number 2s for Sentry. See, this is why I got Legal Comic Geeks, because I knew I would end up doing something like this. It's okay. It's okay. Rogue number 4. Sorcerer Supreme number 5. Mark Spector's Moon Knight. I also don't know much about Moon Knight, but I'm really interested in this comic. End of Life number 1, I think I showed off at some point. Wade Wilson Deadpool 3. Magic and Colossus 3. And Storm I did show. I think I organized these somewhat, which is why they're all mixed up. Godzilla Infinity Roar, Dead Teenagers, Nectar. I showed most of these bottom ones. The Shredder comics, End of Life number 3, and the not duplicate version of Inglorious X-Force 4. So those are the ones I have here. And the other ones are stuff I've shown in previous videos. Eventually I want to have like a line of comics on the wall, which seems really cool. I was really liking the idea of that concept, and I was like, I don't think I have the space for that. And then I realized, I do have the space for that. I was just kind of looking at my room, and I was like, something feels like a little empty near the ceiling. What should I do about it? And I was like, ooh, what if I make some space on my wall for comics? Maybe if I move my posters down a little. So I brought one of my bags and boards up, and I not stickied it to the wall, but I kind of just like laid it against the wall. And I was like, oh, I have space for these. I have space for a lot of these. So I started going through all my comics excitedly, like, ooh, what do I put on the wall? What do I put on the wall? Which ended up having, let's see, about this many. I was like, ooh, I want to put these on the wall. They're really pretty. Make a video out of it. It'll probably be maybe like the beginning of that room tour I've been talking about forever. And yeah, I got really excited. So my comic boxes got kind of messy, and because of that, it kind of just stayed. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It kind of just stayed like that for a bit. Because I realized I have a couple issues of space past this, and I wanted to try to get like some variants of maybe Absolute covers that I really liked, or other variants of stuff that I really like to put on the wall. And I still haven't made my mind up on exactly what I want to do and placements yet, so they all just kind of sat there. I'm gonna end up putting these somewhere else separately instead of in my comic boxes, because these are the ones I know I want on the wall. In fact, I think I'm gonna, there's like a little section right under you. Let me scooch. There's a section on my bookshelf that is right in front of my comic boxes. It's actually perfect. Okay, good. Now those have a space. Also, my boyfriend got me a Static figure, which I haven't read that much Static, and I was like, I don't know that much about the character yet. Don't give me a figure. And he was like, no, I'm buying it for you. And I was like, okay. I really hope I end up loving the character. I'm very particular about figures that I get. I have to like really like the character, or at least know a decent amount about them, to feel comfortable getting a character's merchandise. As I'm like, oh, I don't want to be a poser. I want to know like everything about the character, or like at least enough to have like a decent conversation. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to put him up yet, but I also don't want him just sitting there. I'm probably gonna end up putting him up and just read all the Static that I have. I have one trade, and then the one with Batman and Beyond. I have issue 1 of that. So I'll read those, you know, so I at least have a basis to go off of. I also have this that's just been sitting here, which I'm also going to put on the bookshelf. So it has a home, because up until this very moment, it hasn't had a home. And that's kind of a problemo. My cards needed a home, and I got a binder, and then the binder didn't have a home. My main issue is I'll solve like half of the problem, and the other half is just kind of left for me to deal with another day. It's like a personal problem. But anyways, it's fixed. So that's good. I don't think I need my step stool right now. Sometimes if I'm like sitting on the ground, I'll use it as like a table, and it just kind of helps me out. Okay, let's see. Tissue box. Don't need that right now. Oh, there they are. Found them. I don't have that many actually. How many do I have left? It's looking pretty slim. Oh no. I might have to buy more bags. Okay, let's see here. I think the only 3 that I'm not bagging and boarding is my 2 copies, which I'll probably end up giving to one of my friends, and Moonstar, because I don't really want to keep Moonstar. If I'm being honest, I don't want to. I don't want to keep it. Yeah. And that means I have an empty bag and board. Chilling. So he's gonna go over there with my bags. Right. I have these Funkos, and these boxes, at least this specific size of box, fit perfectly inside of usual comic book boxes to kind of hold them up. So if you collect figurines and you have a lot of comic books, but you don't have enough to completely fill the box yet, and you don't want them to fall over and get bent and all gross, I'll keep some of the boxes that fit in here and use them as like kind of, I guess, book stands is the right word. But it works out really well for me and I like it. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. I've got 2 short boxes here that I need to have some of them be put in this long box. What I'm probably going to end up doing is putting the majority of the stuff I have read in here, or at least the stuff that I don't intend on reading again or reading right now, and kind of put those under my bed. Because I have a lot of comics, because I've been collecting for a hot minute. I have a lot of comics that I just kind of own. Like, for example, I've got a bunch of like random issues of X-Men from one of my old roommates. It was I think it was their father's, and they just never ended up wanting to read them, and I was like, hey, do you want these? And I was like, sure, why not? So I just kind of have those, and I also have, like, for an example, I've got Green Lantern Corps issues that aren't completed, and it's just like something I vaguely want to collect. Or yeah, that's pretty much it. Stuff that I'm not reading right now, or things that are complete that I've read fully through. Okay, now I have space to put up some of these. Let's see. I think I need to organize them by publisher. That's mainly how I organize my comics, is by publisher. It just helps me find stuff easier. I think I usually keep my indies first, considering that I usually read my indies more than anything else. Let's see. Marvel. I do eventually want to crack down on how much Marvel I'm getting. Because I seem to be getting a lot of Marvel. And it's not that I don't like Marvel, but I do want to have some more sole focus on my indie comics, if that makes sense. And kind of like spread out. Because I think I've been more upset recently, not like in a extreme way, but more upset about representation in comics as of late. And I think I could easily solve that issue by mostly just reading indie comics. So that's what I'm probably going to end up doing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, these are all Marvel. I am getting a lot of like Marvel crossover stuff, like Marvel DC and Marvel Godzilla. But yeah, let's see. Because this is all... Dang, I'm getting a lot of DC Vertigo, actually. Okay. Wow, the only DC in this pile that isn't DC Vertigo is just static stuff. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, okay. So, let's bring you over. I seem to usually end up getting Image or DC Vertigo or Marvel comics, but I do have like one single one for Mad Cave. I have some for, I believe, Ignition Press. Yeah. And then Oni, that one's Vault. I don't usually get Vault or Oni comics that often. And IDW, and then that's regular DC, not like DC Vertigo. I end up dealing with more, I feel like I read more of my indies than I read Marvel. So I want to try to crack down on some of them. Most of the ones that I have right now are ongoing miniseries, and honestly, if you're collecting Marvel, it's like most of them are miniseries anyways. They don't have that many ongoings, at least from my knowledge. They don't have a lot of ongoings. They kind of just, I don't know, do their own thing, whatever. Alright. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting up my Everything Dead and Dying, which is Image, so it should be past Dark Horse Comics. It's IDW. Where? Maybe it's before. Is it before? It's not. It's after Valiant and Wildstorm, I think. Yeah, it was right after Buffy. Or is that Angel? It's Angel. Image. Moon is Falling was... I read Everything Dead and Dying before Moon is Falling Us, I think. I could be wrong. But I feel like that's right. So I think I got started on on the Moon is Falling Us after it finished. Let's see, Marvel, X-Men. Do you want to put those towards the back? Probably. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Alright. There's that. I think that's all of those that I want to deal with. I might end up putting another box in here. Just that way. Actually, I do have... Maybe this box is too small, actually. Yeah, the box is too small. I was gonna say I could use this box. I just got a Luffy figure, and I'm so excited for it. I already opened it. I was so excited. Let me see if I can find a box. Okay. I put another Funko Pop box in there, so these guys are not moving nowhere, so that's good. I seem to have quite a bit of space. I know that soon enough that is going to be a lie, and I won't have that much space in here, which is going to be an unfortunate time. But for now, I've got the space, and yeah. I think this white box is safe and sound to go under my bed. Alright. Don't gotta deal with that guy anymore. It's going away. Oh. It's like a breath of fresh air to see like 1.5 empty comic boxes in front of me. Oh my goodness. Okay. So now all that's left to do is kind of just file these in. If I can figure out how to speed this part of the video up, I will. Or I probably could figure that out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, honestly, there's like that much room in there. And once I get new bags, and honestly, next week's comics, I'll be moved on to the box that's empty. Okay, so we've got all those comics put away. Hooray, hurrah. Honestly, I think that's it. Besides, dealing with the unfortunate duplicates that I got. Other than that, I've gotten a wonderful figure that I'm so excited about. I wanted to get, a Yu-Gi-Oh figure that was from this brand, I believe. Or a brand that looks very similar, at least. But, instead, because that one was $100, I decided to get a Monkey D. Luffy figure. This is the box. I have the figure taken out by now. And let's put his hat on really quick. And where's his hand at? There it is. The hat is a little weird to put on, but Same time, I am not too used to these types of figures. But, yeah, he looks great. You can change his hands, his face. When his toes move, his flip-flops go with it, which I think is really cute. I haven't tried standing him yet. Or standing him while posing. Let's see. Yeah, okay, he's pretty stable, even if I like shake it around. Okay, I'm gonna go put all his pieces in my little box. I have like a shell box from one of my previous figures that I got. It came in like a plastic shell because it was a used toy. Like a used figure with a bunch of different pieces, and I just kind of keep all my extra pieces in one of those because I am prone to losing stuff, and I don't ever want to lose like these little tiny pieces. So, yeah, I think that's probably gonna wrap it up, and that's about it. Goodbye, chat.